Classically late as always, here to get a tattoo, and I don't even know what it looks like yet. Stay tuned. Thank you for being so understanding.
Onto the wrist so we can get away with doing some of those like open, folded, outer petals, rather than just focusing on the center of it. Sometimes if you just focus here, imagine like kind of eliminating this. It doesn't really give it that much depth. So the more that we can expand it open, so the way that I've laid it out, basically it'll sit on your hand like this, and the petals and the leaves will come up the wrist. Yeah. So if you're cool with that, then it basically, I think I might need to go in between these two sizes, but, and then basically what I do is just sort of brush out the, in this case, purple. Just kind of, the knuckles don't really hold super well, and you don't really want to go that far down, so just kind of brush that up, away from the rose. Put the full focus in here, and then same thing here, just kind of brush out here. But yeah, if you're cool with something like that.
Maybe just a tad shorter or smaller, because it's like coming up almost into the snake. So I don't know, what do you think?
So we can do, let's see. Basically we came to this. Yeah, so if I came there, basically the bulb of the rose kind of sits there. So I mean, you're a good inch from there.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know what? It kind of keeps them close because the snake is from my mom and this is from my dad.
Yeah.
So.
And honestly, the larger that you go with this, although it comes close to here, the more detail we can get right here, which that's pretty much that focal point,
Yeah.
So yeah, you're cool with that. Let's run with it.
Yeah, this is my thing. Like, I'm not an artist.
Yeah.
I do social media, but I don't
No, I feel
do art.
you.
So when I come to you, I want to give you like a loose idea and then let you run with it. And this is cooler than.
I played with a bunch of different layouts, and rose on the hand is like, we can take it any direction, but I feel like coming up into the wrist is the way to go.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, and then we can, kind of play around with the colors and hit exactly what purple that you want to go with.
Okay.
Yeah. Sick.
Very cool.
You finish that and
shoot it locked.
blackout. So this will kind of keep it more natural. This is basically what I'll be kind of tapping these darker purples into. So.
Very cool.
Yeah. And then
how does purple, like I know different colors last differently. Like I got this yellow from my snake on the tail that's like, you can almost barely see it now.
well, so you're very tan.
Yeah.
First of all, so you got to think the ink is a powder that when the liquid from the ink evaporates under the skin, you're basically left with the powder under the skin. So the more you tan over top, it's just like basically placing a film. That's why, sunblock is most important, because then your colors will start to.
I never even thought about that.
Yeah. So so like the darker the skin, it's just a film over top of the ink powder after the liquid evaporates. So purples tend to be on the better holding side. Yellows, oranges, things like that. That's why you can barely see those, because your tan skin over top just kind of takes away from that. That's all.
I also have very dry skin. If I moisturized better, it would probably show up more.
Yeah, I got some stuff for that for you.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, I figure we'll probably just shoot the shit here for a minute while we get this up, and then once we get started,
Do you want to get the stencil on now?
Oh,
get rolling? Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
I'm ready when you are, brother.
Cool.
Yeah. If you had to guess, because I never am good at guessing these, how long do you think we're aiming for, or a rough time frame? Like I feel like this, for some reason, took as long as this.
Yeah. So
it's hard to tell. A couple hours.
the hand is like a tougher canvas to work on. The side of the head, that shit just goes right in. So that's probably why that took equally as long, just because of the canvas that it's on, basically. That's all.
No, you mean tougher, like the skin itself is tougher?
Sees more sun, sees more motion. all the hand washing and stuff, that skin is super hard to kind of get into.
I know. You've got a bodybuilding vegan sticker too. Thank you, love.
Gotta represent, bro.
Yeah. I'll get you some more stickers.
Yeah, man.
I think I have some in my car. Can you imagine, not that this would ever be ethical, but like tattooing a baby? Probably be a lot different because their skin's so soft and new.
Yeah, it would just like melt into the skin. I'm gonna get you shaved up. I actually handed out one of your business cards to my bio waste guy this morning.
Oh yeah?
He was like, "Oh, you look like you're working out." And I'm like, "Dude, hold on a second." I went and grabbed your card and I was like, "Here you go."
Thank you, brother.
Yeah, absolutely.
Allie still hasn't gotten a tattoo yet herself, so this is. Have you seen somebody get one before?
No.
Ah, well, this is the first for you.
I wish that I could go backwards and pretty much start over, but I'm very jealous of your not tattooed skin.
Blank canvas.
Yeah, dude, that's awesome.
Well, you still got all of your head to work with, right?
Yeah, I've got a lot of open real estate, honestly, but it's like now I'm at the point where I'm just filling in gaps.
Yeah.
And the gaps that are left are gaps that I don't even want to touch, except for this arm. This arm's pretty open.
I was gonna say that arm you got.
This arm is open.
How would you? Is that a permanent scar or is that just a scratch?
This right here.
Yeah.
That's actually just like a little blood bruise.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
How is your elbow doing?
So I was gonna.
Or you were gonna tell me it was not just your elbow.
I was gonna talk to you about that. It's at the point where I can lift unaffected, right? But there's stupid little things that it'll be like, fuck, you know what I mean? But it's this connection point right here.
Okay.
And I get this little bulge that pops up when I piss it off, but I can lift. So I just keep lifting, that's all, you know? But yeah, it's just like awkward, weird motions that will like trigger this like kind of pinch to it, letting me know that, hey, you're doing something a little bit wrong.
Yeah. Well, definitely lots of warming up, even when you don't feel like you need to.
Yeah.
Play with lightweight first. It would make me think, I mean, I'm not a doctor, so this is just like experience and working with other athletes, that it might be more of like soft tissue, like tendon, or probably not like the actual elbow joint itself that's
I believe so
causing
as
this
well.
problem.
Yep, I think it's that one ligament coming off of the bone right there, that's it.
See how nice and soft he is with this? I had one lady, actually the one that did my duck on my calf.
Yeah.
Dude, I was like bleeding all over the table before she was done shaving me, and like my legs are trimmed usually, but I was like, dang, and like you're a woman, like you should know how to shave, but like she cut me like 5 different places. I was like, this is not a great start. I'm already bleeding.
If she can't do the razor part very easily, imagine tattoo.
You do have coarse hair, like it is like a thicker hair, but I mean, as long as you're not like brutally ripping the razor across it, it's fine.
Yeah, you're doing just fine.
Yeah, I don't think you'll bleed too much through this whole entire process, honestly.
We should find out.
Yeah.
You seem so calm about it. I'd be like super nervous.
After the head tattoo, anything else is, I mean, all right, eyeball would be weird.
You told me that head tattoo hurt.
Yeah, head tattoo hurt. It really hurt.
Really?
Yeah. Like,
I don't have my head tattooed, but a lot of people say it's like pretty easy in comparison. It's like one of those things where you love it or you hate it. Some people it doesn't affect, and some people it's brutal.
I would say it was like twice as painful as anything else I've had done. Like my arm took almost 5 hours.
Well, dude, it's like kind of temple area. That pain right there, that would be a bit much, I think.
I've never asked for a break in a tattoo before, like due to pain.
Yeah.
I mean, I've had to pee before, but like not like, oh my god, it hurts so bad I need to stop. And I
Right.
was I was so close. I was so close to like tapping out for a few minutes. I think it's harder, like psychologically, it's harder too, because you've had your back done, right? Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
So like you can't see how the progress is coming along, so you don't know how much more you have left.
Yeah.
Same thing with the head. Like you're like, are we almost done? Or are we just getting started?
Right.
Like, yeah, it only ended up taking like exactly an hour and 11 minutes. Started late. It was supposed to start at 1. It started at 2:22 and finished at 3:33.
That's funny.
Which is funny. A little funny. But like I thought it was going to take 2 or 3 hours, and I don't know if I could have sat there the whole time.
Yeah.
If that was the case.
So there's like a bunch of lines in it.
Did you get the avatar thing
That's where I want mine.
figured out?
First one.
Yeah.
Is this a different card?
I think that's where she's getting hers right now too.
Oh, really?
Did you get the
All right,
last
so I'm gonna have you put your hand right about here.
year? Did you figure it out?
No.
Okay. I was texting whoever.
How did you get into the tattoo business?
I have to shop though.
Oh man, so I got tattooed at a really young age. I was just going on 14 when my mom signed for me to get tattooed.
So you picked it, like you wanted it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And then I think because I got tattooed so young, it just kind of set that tone of like, I could do this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I did go through a lot of other jobs before I actually made this a thing. But it was just one of those things where I was always into art, got tattooed super young, and actually when I got started, I ordered a kit on eBay and just messed a bunch of people up. And then went through an apprenticeship later on,
Yeah.
and then it was a turning point for me. Did things the right way, you know?
Yeah.
But my learning didn't really come from my apprenticeship. It came from just traveling and conventions and seminars and in and out of the country for things like that, picking up knowledge from like quite literally the world's best. Just to learn from those type of guys was probably the best thing that I ever did for my career, honestly. My apprenticeship was a really terrible thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, mentor sucked, man.
You gotta find the right person.
Yeah, he was on too many drugs, you know.
Yeah, you probably don't want your teacher or your your tattoo artist to be on a bunch of drugs. So what's this? I don't think I've had this before. It's green.
So this is just the stencil stuff that I use. It's a vegan-friendly stencil application. There's a couple different companies out there that make this product, like specifically for this job. I prefer this one.
Okay.
Like that coyote school is as far as I'll go. Because sometimes they'll knock on this wall. Like,
And how long have you had Cutaway Tattoos?
So we moved here actually just 2 years ago exactly.
Okay.
And as soon as I moved here, I started looking for locations. Rachel and I just were, busting our butts to find a location. It took us a good few months to find this. So, but shop's been open going on 2 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
It looks well established for that time period.
Thanks,
Like,
brother.
It looks. I've been to about 10 different shops now, and it's a nice environment you have here.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that.
I like the vibe in here.
Thank you. The shop that I owned in Delaware before we moved here was kind of similar to this, but I had a waterfall in the front. Like it was very like spa-like. So I didn't go as hard as I could have here, but man, the prices here, like of just like renting the space and having things done and like 5 times as much as where I'm from,
I just checked out the website yesterday, and I saw your little bio about what Cutaway even means.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
Do you
And
know?
then you see the skydiving
And
video.
then it all clicked. I was like, oh. I believe it's
I'm
like,
dealing with a psycho here.
A little bit, but you know, I'm not gonna say I'm completely sane either. So it's when you cut away your first parachute to open your backup one. Is that correct?
Correct.
Yeah. So
That is a cutaway.
I told you he just went skydiving. So
I actually just got my first jump back in over a year. I've been dealing with a lot of ear issues. I've had tubes in my ears for the last 8 years of jumping. I've been jumping for like 10 years. Probably have over, actually I think I just had like 515 or so jumps.
wow.
But the tubes, my ears weren't holding on to the tubes anymore. It's like infection after, you know, issue. So this last year I've been in and out of the ENT trying to figure the shit out, but they told me straight up, like, do not put more tubes in your ears. You're gonna lose your hearing, blah, blah, blah.
So I don't know what it is. This like a tube that you can place when you want to, or
no? It's like a surgery. Yeah, they poke a hole in your eardrum, basically, like in the wall, in the eustachian tube, and imagine a wall anchor with a straw, and so it sticks through. And so if you've ever flown and had that pressure in your ear, it eliminates that.
Oh, okay.
But now I can't jump because they're not in. If I jump now, my ears are pretty much gonna explode.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I started selling all my gear. You know, broke my heart, and
I was like, it looks pretty horizontal.
I got to a point where I was like, all right, I can't sell my stuff. And then so now I can jump, but I can only jump from 5,000 feet.
You're fine. When I learned
Okay.
what tattoo it was, I was like, I'm gonna get shit for this. I'm gonna get such shit for this.
All right, brother. There is a tall mirror back there. If you want to check it out in the mirror, kind of see how it fits and everything. I'm gonna let that dry for a few minutes.
It's all good.
It'll actually start to balance me out because I have more like total ink on this side.
Yeah.
So this will be a little heavier over here.
Yeah, man.
This is gonna be perfect.
And we're assholes.
You tell me. All right, guys. How long was that? We started a little late because of me. That was
Let's see, 4 o'clock.
that was like a 4-hour tattoo.
Yeah,
About
4
4
hours.
hours. Yeah, this is legit. I've mentioned this before, but just to go ahead and put it in this video, this tattoo is special to me for a few reasons. One, I get to support another vegan artist. Y'all check Paul out if you want something realistic. If you're in Tampa or you want to make the trip, I highly recommend him. My 12th tattoo and probably one of my favorites.
That's
it's hard to
awesome,
have a favorite now, but this one means a lot to me. My dad passed actually 3 days ago, three days in the future last year. In 3 days, I don't know how that works.
I got you.
3 days shy of 1 year. And he used to always tell me, stop and smell the roses. And so that's why I wanted to get a rose. And his favorite color was purple. So I wanted to go ahead and get a purple rose as a reminder. But I also wanted to make myself earn this and actually put it into practice a little bit before getting this done. To take some days where I do slow down, try to take care of myself. And I want to end factory farming. It's probably going to take a lifetime at least, maybe generations. So can't burn myself out in 1 year. Thank you, brother.
Dude.
I appreciate you.
I appreciate you, man. Thank you for letting me do that for you. It's really, really awesome.
Yeah, and we'll be back when Allie wants to get hers. All right, guys, you know the deal. Like, comment, subscribe, send it to your mom, your dad, your ex, your kids, your brothers, sisters, nieces, nephew, and
All of them.
all of them. And of course, you can't forget Alex's goats. Bodybuilding Vegan out.